Hi, good morning. Want to talk to you again about this issue of how the government treats the situation of our public spaces. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not about the current government. It is about all of our governments from 1944 to today. It's a trend that you see that has continued over the last 80 years, and everybody has done the same thing to us. I spoke about it in another video recently, but I want to break it down for you again. Now, the government collects 12 months worth of taxes. A part of that money is to keep the country clean and beautiful. That's a basic task of government. A basic role of government is to create a safe, clean, and orderly country. That's number one. And a part of that clean country is having a beautiful space. The public spaces be kept beautiful, maintained properly. So they collect 12 months of taxes from us to do that. But what they do, they steal 11 months of the amount of money that should be allocated to this purpose. They steal 11 months of that money, and then they spend 1 month of that money just around Christmas time, and they give out what is called Christmas work during that 1 month. So watch me. They steal 11 months and they give the people 1 month to nice them up and say, yeah man, we care about you, we're giving out Christmas work. And the MPs goes around and they get to allocate and assign and give money to whoever they want, whoever they put on the list to say you can get work and so on. All kind of foolishness there, right? This is really belittling, very belittling, but they've trained us to accept this. And so in so many communities, people are longing for and waiting for this Christmas work to come from their MP. Really, really demeaning, right? So they steal 11 months and they give you 1 month, and people not realizing what's going on is happy for this. Instead, they should want 52 weeks of work. They should want to be able to go to work every week and do a good job and get paid for that good job. Instead, you get a few weeks and then you must suffer for the other 50 or so weeks that you get nothing. That's the kind of culture, that's the kind of environment, that's the kind of economics that these two colonial parties have practiced over the last 80 years. And we have not stood up and speak out about it. You have the elites who are sitting there allowing this to happen while the people are suffering from not getting the jobs that we collect taxes for. We collect the taxes to create a safe, clean, and orderly environment, a beautiful public environment for all of us to enjoy. The money is there, but it has not been spent in the way it should be. By them creating these, once a year casual work for a couple of days or a couple of weeks for the people, they avoid paying benefits and pension and all of that to these people who they deny giving a proper job where they have a full-time job. So they avoid that and they avoid benefits. So basically, the government is doing what they don't want contract people, employers to do in terms of hiring contractors and not deducting taxes and whatever, and not paying benefits and whatever. They say they love us, right? And they want us to have this. But then they, the government, now do the very thing that they're telling us we shouldn't do by giving these people casual work and not paying them the benefits that they should be paid. So this is bad. On top of that, if you look carefully, a lot of this debushing work and days work, 1 day work, 2 day work for Christmas time, where they just go and chop out the area, it's not being done properly. It's not being done in a proper landscaping way where you're properly landscaping the area. They're just chopping out some bush. And when they chop it out, you see the years of bottles and cans and boxes and whatever that were sitting covered by all of that bush. So when they debush, you see all of the garbage don't come out. In some cases, they collect this garbage and compile it and put them into bags along the roadway. And they will sit there for a few days or a couple of weeks, depending on how long they survive, and then they will burst and that garbage will spread out again. So an absolute waste of taxpayers' money. They waste the 1 month that they pay out by not even doing that properly. And of course, these people are casual workers who are not trained or anything to do the work properly. There's no long-term care that is being applied. No real landscaping is done. No maintenance will be done for the next 11 months out of the year. So for the next 11 months, the bush will grow back up fully. The garbage that was there before will scatter back out, most of it. And new garbage will be added to it, and the place will remain dirty and unkept for the next 11 months before they come again with Christmas work in the next Christmas time. This is so unacceptable. I don't know why we as a people allow this to be done to us. What we need are full-time jobs. Full-time employees getting paid 12 months a year to do what we need. It's a basic function of government for us to have a clean environment. That's a basic function. The number one function of government is to keep us safe, which of course they have failed at, right? Jamaica is one of the most unsafe spaces in the world. So they have made it a very unsafe country. So they have failed on their number one responsibility of creating a safe environment. Number two is to create a clean environment, a clean and beautiful environment, and they have failed at that too. Jamaica is very dirty, generally speaking. Yes, you have small areas that are clean. Yes, you have some areas that are beautifully maintained, but the vast majority of the country, most communities, the one you live in, is unkempt. The roads are bad. The sidewalks, if there are any, are poorly done and poorly maintained, and the landscaping is non-existent. So the government is collecting your taxes, billions in taxes, but they're not giving you the safe, clean, and orderly and beautiful space that you need. The third thing that government must provide in a society, it must provide a orderly society. Order is very important for efficiency, and efficiency is very important for productivity, and productivity is very important for prosperity. So the reason why we're not prospering as a people, there's some prospering, don't get me wrong, there are some people raking in some billions of dollars off our heads, but they're not doing it because they're highly productive, they're doing it because they're highly skilled at corruption and stealing. But what I'm talking about is a country where the government does its job, a safe environment so we can plan, design, and create, and sell, and market, and, in safety, travel in safety, work in safety, right? So they're supposed to provide a safe environment, which they have not provided. Two, they're supposed to provide a clean environment. Cleanliness, as some say, is next to godliness. Cleanliness is an important factor in building up our esteem. It enriches the mind, and it motivates us to work. It motivates us to get up. It motivates us to go out and get things done. So you need a clean environment. You also need a beautiful environment. Added to cleanliness is beauty. So just imagine you're living in a very well-maintained, proper grass is planted and maintained, flowers, shrubs, trees dotting the roadways in an orderly manner, for shade and even for fruits, depending on what's happening there. Parks with park benches for you to go and sit down and relax as a family, play areas for the kids, nice community centers that are staffed, that are built and designed for human habitation and for human enjoyment, not just some piece of building that is dirty and unkept and just left. We're talking about a decent space, having all of our communities look, smell, and feel like a tourist resort because we're respected by our government. So where will the money come from, you asked? The money comes from our taxes. And the more beautiful Jamaica is, the more clean Jamaica is, the more productive we will be, and the more tourists we will attract, and the richer we will be as a people. So it's very, very simple. We need a government that respects us, and the UIC will provide that government. Vote UIC for a new and better Jamaica. Thank you so much.